Got something. Oh, he came off. Dang it. That might be a fishing rod, actually. Got him. Got him. Got him. All right. Didn't even hardly have to move that one. What do we got? Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good on this ultralight. Come on, fishy. Oh, looks like a bass. We got us a bass. Oh, yes. Yes. All right, what kind of bass we got here? It's a spot or a largemouth? It's a pretty fish. Let's see. Yeah, spotted bass. All right. There we go. Nice little spotted bass here, bank fishing. Just hopping that Magnum crappie tube along the bottom and got us fish. Second cast. Thank you, Lord. A bit of activity up ahead too. Might have to scoot up there in a second. Did it hit the bottom yet? Surely it has. Got him. Got him. Oh, came off. No. Why are these fish coming off? Dang it. I need to set the hook a little harder. This is a soft rod, so. Not a fish, but I was gonna get a hook in him that time. There we go, got him. I about saw that one. Hitting right as it was coming up onto this little shallower embankment here. That's a crappie there. It's another nice little crappie. Oh man, we would have been eating good today. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, thank you. Huh? Hey, fish wherever you want, man.
Where you from? Huntsville?
Scottsboro.
Where?
Scottsboro. I tried at the dam and just decided to stop here on the way back.
Dude, I was thinking the same thing. That's what I was going for, Jed. But I was looking for an egg sinker and I couldn't find one.
Yeah, there's this year it's another crappie. Down in there. Got him. There we go. There we go. Just that little bit of a twitch triggered the bite. What do we got? Oh, white bass. Another species for the day. All right. All right, all right, all right. White bass on my little swim bait. Again, that's just a little, same little 1/8 ounce crappie head with a 2-inch Kitech. Catches everything. Thank you, Lord. Got him. Back to back. better one. I don't think it is a crappie. We might have us a bass. We might have us a bass. Oh yeah, another bass. Man, have to. Slot this one down. It's a good old spotted bass here. Oh yeah, good spot, good spot. Again, slow contact. Got him. Oh, look what we got here. Another species. Look at that. Look at that. Bluegill. Oop. Oh man, he's trying to get away. Quick foot there. All right. Didn't hurt him though. Here we go. A little bit dirty, but that's a bluegill. That's another species for the day on that crappie tube. Thank you, Lord. Got him. Oh, it feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. Look at that bend. They're all fun on this ultralight though, man. What do we got? What do we got here? Oh, white bass. Yeah, these things can fight. Oh yeah, let's get them up here. Get them up here. You just gotta be careful if you don't fish for these often. Not only do they have those spikes on their back here, their gill plates are razor sharp. So either lip them or pinch them by the side of the head, so when they shake their head, they don't stick you. If you grab them back here, they'll flop around and they'll slice you wide open. Straight in the middle. Got him. Got him. Wasn't too many cranks in. It's a little bit deeper out there in the middle. The water's a little slower moving. They may be liking that little bit less current as this water's cooling down. They all seem to be on the longest part of the cast is where I'm getting my bites. A little better fish here. A little better fighter on this ultralight. Oh, that's a pretty good little white there. Yeah, nice little white bass. All right. Oh man, yeah, let's get him up here. There we go. All right. Another one on my little swim bait here. Thank you, Lord. Got it. Got it. We got here. Another crappie. Another crappie. Another one falling victim to the tube. That swim bait bite slowed down a little bit, so I mixed it up. Put on that little tube and just hopping it along, getting bit. Thank you, Lord. Hey guys, Zach Drastic here. Today in this video, I'm going to show you how to catch loads of crappie and plenty of other species from the bank this winter. Now, today I decided to go and fish from the bank rather than launch my boat because we had some crazy wind out there, 10 to 15 mile an hour with 30 gusts, and that is no fun out there on an aluminum boat. Now, I could have just launched somewhere where I had some windbreak, but much easier for me and on my body just to go and walk down to the bank for just a few minutes. Now, what I was using today is primarily just a little 2-inch Kitech and my 2¼ inch Crappie Max tube. Now, I mentioned these in my wintertime crappie video. They are great baits, and as I said in the video, they catch everything that's there. I caught crappie, white bass, spotted bass, and even a bluegill on these baits. Why did I choose this particular bank spot? Well, I already told you we had a lot of wind, and this little spot that I got to on the bank is a narrow creek, and the woods along this narrow creek, since it's blocked on both sides, it doesn't have it's not affected by the wind a lot. So I had some windbreak there, which is key number 1. And key number 2 is this spot in the creek had a deep pool. Now in the wintertime here, the water levels are drawn down quite a bit. So with the low water levels, this deeper pool is going to have a higher congregation of fish. So that's why I chose this particular spot. And what I was doing with my baits is with my tube, I was casting it out, letting it sink to the bottom, and just hopping it in, just giving little twitches and hopping it in. And I was using a 1/16 ounce head, and a 1/16 ounce head on this big tube. A 1/16 is normally a pretty decent weight and can get you down quick, but with these bigger tubes, it creates a very slow, natural fall that just spirals down like a hover rig. There is nothing like the death spiral on a tube to trigger some fish sometimes. Now, I started out with since we had a lot of wind, and I was trying to get this thing down pretty deep with the 1/8 ounce head, which matches really well with this tube. But the problem it was a little bit too heavy, and it was digging down into the muck, and I was getting snagged up, and I was also missing quite a few fish. And this 1/8 ounce tube head has a little bit bigger hook than the 1/16 ounce head. I'll show you here. I think it's a size 2 versus a size 4. And when I dropped down to that smaller hook, I started connecting with the fish a lot better. And that lighter weight gave it such a good natural fall. The fish were just tearing it up. Now, one reason I really love using tubes is you can have a lot of fun with them. You can use them, you can swim them in, you can hop them on the bottom like I did, but if the fish are being a little bit finicky, one little trick that I have here is you can go and you can get like your crappie nibble here, and you can stuff it up. You can thread it in, you can stuff it into the butt of the tube there. Or I don't have it with me right now, but it's in my boat. But like if you have bait fuel or any kind of scent that you're a fan of, I love the bait fuel nozzle. Has the perfect size to fit up in this tube. You can just jam it in there like a turkey baster. Fill this thing with bait fuel. It'll have a slow release, and when the fish bite it, it'll get that release of flavor in their mouth, and you seem to catch a lot that way. All right, so that's the tubes there. This is stinking. Let me put this lid back on. Now for the swim baits here, what I was using was these Gamakatsu crappie heads. Now, one little trick to using these heads is trimming down the screw lock on them. I love these screw lock heads, so your bait doesn't get pulled down, and you save a little bit of money by not going through baits as quickly. But the screw lock that these things come with is a little bit too long, so I trim it down to where you only have 2 or 3 spirals on the screw lock there, and that makes it to where it's a little less tedious. It's very hard to go and thread these baits on this full length screw lock. But these hooks are very sharp, and I really like these Gamakatsu crappie heads. And they fit very well with the little 2-inch Kitech. Now, if you're specifically fishing for bluegill, that's when I would go to the Euro Tackle tungsten jig head. It's got a little bit smaller hook versus a 4. I think this is a 6. And that little hook gets in the smaller fish's mouth a whole lot better. It does not come with a screw lock though, so you're going to have to super glue your baits, or you're going to end up going through a lot more baits than you would with the screw lock Gamakatsu head. Today I was using an 1/8 ounce head. They come in a few different sizes, but I was using the 1/8 ounce because I was needing to get this out far. The water was very shallow, close to the bank, because the water level was low and the fish were situated in the pool. So I needed that 1/8 ounce to get a little casting distance. Man, with the Ultralight 6-pound test, I could cast this thing almost all the way across the creek. So I was covering some water. This was able to get out and get down quickly. And I was just getting this little 2-inch Kitech, and I was just slow rolling it in. This has got a very tight kick to it compared to like a 2.8 Kitech. On top of being much smaller, this is definitely a brim crappie bait. Although I caught some bass, I caught a good keeper spot on this little thing. So whatever you have around will eat it. But I was just creeping this thing along the bottom. But once in a while, just giving it a little twitch. Sometimes that little twitch, that little rod movement, is what would go and trigger a strike. But crawling along the bottom, bumping the rocks and different things down there is a great way to trigger some strikes in the winter time. Now, as far as colors go, I did well with this Pro Green Pearl and the Blue Red Pearl with the swim baits today. But whatever matches your water and your visibility conditions, I will be fine. But starting off with something natural, you can't hardly go wrong with one of these Pro Blue Red Pearl or the Pro Green Pearl. And with the tubes, the same thing. I love this starry night color, but I caught a number of fish on this green pumpkin red flake as well. It's another really good color, really good crawfish imitator there. But even though kind of crawfish looking, I still caught plenty of crappie on them. But that's definitely one of my top bass colors when I'm using that on a drop shot in the summertime. Now, one thing that I noticed in how the fish were positioned, the white bass and the largemouth were sitting out there in the deep pools, and they're positioned more towards the center of them. But I noticed the crappie, although I caught some of them out there deeper, I noticed there was a lot more of them sitting right on the edge, where there was a little lip where it started to roll off, and those fish were positioned right on the break there. And you'll notice that a lot of fish, not just crappie, will sit right on that break in the wintertime especially. You'll notice the fish will sit right on the edge of the drop there, but they'll also sit right in the corner, right where that drop stops and meets the bottom. That's another prime area to catch the fish. I hope you learned something today from listening to me and watch me catching some fish out there on the bank, and it gives you confidence to go out and brave this cold, and you can go out and catch you a mess of crappie. Use these lures, fish these kinds of areas, and I guarantee you will load the boat or beat the bank.